This video might be a little controversial, and that is because instead of raving about my luxury handbag collection, I'm gonna be keeping it all the way real, and I'm gonna tell you some of the things that I actually hate about my designer handbags. So let's get into it. Hi guys, my name is Alana and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Here we discuss all things fashion, luxury, and handbags. So if those are things that you're interested in, then I hope you would do me the favor of hitting the subscribe button down below if you've not already. I really do appreciate all of your support, and I just love talking handbags with you guys in the comment section. So as I said, this might be a bit of a controversial video, mainly because I'm gonna be pointing out some things that I hate about some of my beloved handbags. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first bag in the hot seat is my Saint Laurent Sunset bag in the beautiful black croc embossed leather and the shiny gold hardware. Now, this one, it hurts for it to be in the hot seat, I'm not gonna lie. As a lot of you know, this is my dream Saint Laurent bag. I absolutely love how classic and chic this bag is. It's definitely so stunning. So why are there some things that I hate about this bag? And I'm gonna be honest, there are two things that I have to mention about this beautiful bag. Well, the first thing is the fact that this is the croc embossed leather. As you guys can see, it makes for a very stiff bag, which typically I don't mind. I like a structured bag. However, if you open this a little too far on the side, and I just mean pretty much any wider than this, you might get into an issue where the glazing on the side actually begins to crack. So when I was trying to open my bag earlier on, when I was just playing around with it, getting used to it, I was trying to open the flap as far as it could go back just so I could see my items a little bit better, and then just seeing everything at a glance. Well, unfortunately, with this bag, that makes it a little more difficult because of the glazing on the side. So on this side here, you can really see it, and I will show you guys a close-up, and it has started to crack slightly. That is something that has kind of put me off from using the bag, depending on the situation. This is a bag I have brought with me to the mall. However, I feel when I know I'm gonna be in and out of the bag constantly, now it's a bag that I definitely wanna put it to the side. I'll go for another bag in my collection because I just feel the more that I have to open this flap, the more wear and tear there will be. Let me know if you guys have experienced this with your sunset bags as well. I'm not sure if this would be a big issue with the smooth leather versions, because though it has structure, I know it's not as stiff as this leather would be. I'm very curious to hear if any of you guys have experienced that as well. Next, as we get into the second thing that I kind of hate about this bag, if you look on the side profile here, you will see that it has the beautiful accordion style. I do love this from a stylistic standpoint. I think it really adds to the whole overall design of the bag. However, this piece right here actually goes into the interior of the bag as well, and it is a middle compartment. So when it comes to this bag here, I'm gonna try my best to show you here without opening the flap too much, but as you can see, there is a middle compartment there, and it just limits what you can fit into the bag. So if you don't have those slim items, you're really gonna have a tough time putting bulkier things in here, and sometimes you just want to be able to pack your bag without having to play Tetris, which I do find that this divider in the middle kind of makes it so you have to play Tetris to get your items out. Otherwise, I love the capacity of the bag, and I just feel if that divider was gone, it would be so much more user-friendly. Now, do I still absolutely love this bag? Yes, but are those features a real bummer for me? Absolutely. Oh my goodness, you guys, I am really starting off this video with some heavy hitters, some of my most loved bags in my collection, but again, I'm keeping it real here, and I have to mention my Prada Re-edition. Now, you guys know this is definitely my most used bag. It is definitely a bag that I love and I recommend to so many people. I am a fan of this bag. Now, why then would I say there's something that I hate about it? I mentioned this in a previous video, but as you guys can see, this is a beautiful chain strap that I have with this bag. However, this is not the one that actually came with the bag, and that is one of the features that I hate about this bag. So this is actually the chain strap that came with the bag, and you know what, at a glance it looks like it's okay, maybe nothing is wrong with it. The issue that I find with this chain strap here is the fact that the gold hardware is really not of high quality. I don't like how this just seems like it is an aftermarket chain, quite frankly. There is not Prada written on any of the clasps here like you can find on the crossbody strap. I feel like this is a very dull chain as well. You're not able to really see any shine to it. When I first unboxed the bag, I actually thought that was intentional. I thought that they were going for an antiqued kind of gold hardware look, but I realized that really wouldn't be the case, seeing as how the hardware that you have on the bag, even if you look on the tab here, this is all shiny gold hardware. Even looking at the logo here, again, shiny gold hardware. So if that was what they were trying to do, I don't feel it goes with the bag. Quite frankly, I think they just cheaped out on this chain. So this is the chain that I've been using, and I got this from Ferial Rose. I have a discount code that you guys can use to get 15% off. I'll link it down below in case you're interested, because this is the chain strap that I've been using since I got it, and I absolutely love it. It is shiny, it matches really well, and it's the perfect strap drop length. I'm just really disappointed with this chain here for the amount of money that we're paying for this bag, and given the fact that it's mainly nylon too. It really has me thinking, where is our money going here? You know what I mean? One other thing I do want to note though, the Saffiano leather Prada Re-editions, they do have a more substantial chain than this one. So I have actually compared the two in store, and I've noticed that this cheaper chain is really only found on the Re-edition 2005s with the crossbody strap that are nylon. The Saffiano ones or other special edition ones like the Raffia ones come with a more substantial chain, so that's something to keep in mind. But yes, this is definitely something that I hate about this bag, and I would consider it the one main flaw of the bag. Next up, we have my Jacquemus Chiquito Grand bag, and I feel like this bag has gotten a lot of flack on my channel, mainly by me. I haven't been wearing this bag so much, and there was 1 year I believe I didn't actually wear it once. I definitely made it a point to try and wear this more, especially because brown is so trendy, and I also just feel like it's actually my favorite tone to wear. So I am happy to say that I have been actually using this bag more. I've been using it a handful of times, and as we're getting into fall, I can definitely see myself using this even more. But I have two issues with this bag that now that I'm using it more, it's coming more to light. The way that this bag opens is really a hassle, especially if you're wearing this crossbody or over the shoulder. Now, I typically wear this as a long shoulder bag because of the fact that the bag itself is made out of the suede material, so I don't want to hold it all the time and perhaps get grease marks on it from my hands or lotion, so I do use it as a crossbody. The issue is, because the handle is attached to the front flap, when you have it like this on your side and you want to open the bag, as you can see, it is jabbing into my chest and to my side. So it's a whole thing to get in and out of this bag and try and grab what you need and then readjust it so it can close again. It definitely is a bit of a nuisance to deal with, especially if you're taking this to the mall or even the grocery store, somewhere where you're in a line where you have to pay for something. I have felt a little awkward at times trying to get in and out of this bag, so that is something to keep in mind. I do feel like if you were using it as a top handle bag, then that would be less of an issue, but again, as I use it as a long shoulder, that has definitely been something I've been coming across. And number two does kind of go with number one. One of the main reasons I feel like I can't carry it top handle most of the time is I do feel like this suede is very compressed and it is quite thin. So I just feel like if your hands were a little bit oily or if you were to get a splash of something on this bag, it would be extremely noticeable. That is something that I typically just don't really want to have to worry about when it comes to using my bags. Now, I know suede bags in general are definitely a little bit more delicate. However, when it comes to a bag that I definitely want to use as more of an everyday bag or something to kind of just spruce up a little bit more of a casual outfit, it makes it very difficult for me to wear. And the other suede bags that I've come across, I keep going back to one that I saw on a beautiful puffer at YSL. The suede on that was not exactly the same. I do feel like that one was a little bit more substantial than the leather that we have here, and I do feel like it would be less prone to getting those kind of stains or any kind of oil marks or color transfer. All right, so before we get into the last bag, I want to say thank you so much if you have made it this far. If you did enjoy the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, as well as hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. I would also really love to know some of the maybe unpopular opinions you have about your designer handbags, or some of the things that you hate about a bag that you might actually just love overall. I'm so curious to hear what you guys are experiencing with your handbags, and maybe have a little discussion about some of the things that aren't typically touched on here on social media. But my last one, I saved a big one for last, guys, and you might be a little shocked here, but yes. It is my favorite Louis Vuitton bag, my beautiful Easy Pouch on strap from the By the Pool collection. Now, I have recommended this style of bag to you so many times, and again, as for everything on this list, I don't necessarily feel like these are deal breakers, but something that you need to be aware of when you guys are purchasing the bag. The only issue I have with this bag here is, in fact, the zipper. And I know when I did a review on this bag, I did touch on this too. So not only did I find that there was a little bit of wear and tear on the actual zipper pulls, that because it's a gold zipper here, I did find that there was a little bit of wear that was happening. It looked like almost the gold was perhaps rubbing off a little bit. But not just that, I am not a fan of the zipper altogether. It is not the smoothest to zip open and closed. As you guys can see here, I'm kind of having to squeeze the bag, and even when it opens, I feel like you can see that it's not completely smooth here, which is perhaps part of the issue. I do feel like this is a really great quality bag. Even with this special edition version, on the inside, it's the microfiber suede, so I really do like a lot of the details. However, I personally feel like they cheaped out on the zipper, and I'm not a fan of that. When I'm trying to go in and out of my bag, when I need to grab something quickly, I want to be able to do so quickly. With this, I find even if I'm using it as a crossbody, I have to hold the bag and work my way to zip it completely. It is definitely not something that I can use with one hand. And I am curious if it's just this special edition version that is having this issue. If you have this bag too, please let me know if you've been experiencing the same thing. I'd love to know if I'm the only one with this issue or if there are others of us out there. And I know there are some hacks you can use to make the zipper run a little smoother, but at the same time, I don't really like changing the bags that I have, just in case I ever did need to bring it in for a repair. I don't want them to tell me, oh, well, you have done XYZ to your bag and therefore we can't take it in for a repair. I love this bag so much, but like I said, I just wish the zipper was a little bit more smooth. Okay, so that is all that I have for today. Again, I do love my handbags and I'm not looking to get rid of any of these, but these are some things that I have had to keep in my mind because some of these things can make using a bag just that much more painful. So let me know what you guys thought of today's video. Let me know what are the things that you don't love about your luxury handbags. Please be sure to give the video a thumbs up and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.